Hi, this is Joe DeMayo with FantasyPlayersEdge.com, here to discuss a basic fantasy baseball draft strategy. There are as many successful draft strategies as there are successful fantasy players. The approach discussed here is a tried and true method that will assure a competitive team from the outset of the season. The first 5 rounds should be dedicated to offensive players, and in particular infielders. There is a dearth of quality players at second base, shortstop, and third base this season, so it's essential that you at least try and address these positions early in your draft. A relatively large pool of equally ranked outfielders will make it a bit easier later on in the draft to fill out your outfield, so it's essential to try and land solid infielders at each position early on in your draft. With that said, you'll need to be flexible. Do not hesitate to add a top 5 outfielder if one slips into your lap in the 3rd round. It's likely at this stage of the draft that you've assembled a roster that consists of 3 infielders and 2 outfielders, or 4 infielders and 1 outfielder. It's now time to build your core pitching staff. Use rounds 6 through 10 to select 3 starters and 2 closers. Remember, when selecting starters and closers, try to pick those players on good teams that have low ERAs, low WHIPs, and high K ratios. In rounds 11 through 15, fill out your outfield, grab another starter and a 3rd closer, and then finish up rounds 16 through 21 with the best offensive player available to hit utility, a catcher, a couple of offensive backups, and finally another starter and closer. In theory, you will have a roster that consists of a catcher, first base, second base, shortstop, third base, 3 outfielders, 1 utility player, 3 offensive bench players, 5 starters, and 4 closers. Try to select a team that has balance. In order to do this, go to www.FantasyPlayersEdge.com, print out our proprietary rating system to select the top players at each position, and make sure you have it readily available at your draft. Typically, championships are won by managers who account for all 10 categories in a standard 5x5 format. Very few championships are won solely based on the draft, so you will need to manage your roster effectively throughout the season in order to win in a competitive league. However, a solid draft will go a long way in assuring that you're competing for the title from day one. Always remember to keep the faith, as there's a perfect game inside us all. This is Joe DeMayo with FantasyPlayersEdge.com. Get the edge. Win your league.